Hello, 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 and welcome back to Colorless Oranges, where I share my experiences to help better yours. I'm your host, Sydney Hyatt, Cinderella, and Sydney that girla, and today we are talking Marty Supreme versus me. Before I get started, I just want to say how thankful I am to have a space to be able to express myself and have people listen, people learn, people help. You know, just this beautiful community that we have built over here on this platform. I am extremely thankful for. I genuinely love tuning in with y'all, checking in and having great conversations often. Marty Supreme. If you haven't watched the movie and you want to watch the movie and don't want any spoilers, get out. Because I'm not going to necessarily talk so much about the movie, but the main themes and stuff like that I will be speaking on. So if you don't want any spoilers, this is your time to leave. I watched that movie in the midst of a very deep, transformative time in my life. I am coming to the conclusion of who I am. Not conclusion. I want to say that this next chapter of who I am, you know, like this chapter where I've begun and how I've started the new year. This is a new me. This is a woman who isn't tolerating any disrespect, isn't allowing people to just tell me what they want from me and like, I'm gonna just do it, you know? I'm done playing small. And I've always done things, you know, like it's always been a grandeur kind of thing, like big, nice, and lavish. And after watching this movie, I realized I had placed so much of my energy and my talents. Yeah, I hope y'all can't hear what's happening in the background right now. Well, that was a bit crazy. They were just, I don't even know where the sound was coming from. When do we become Marty Supreme? If you didn't know, Marty Supreme, we get to meet him at the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, we get to see who Marty Supreme really was in the end. Not the end of his life, but at the end of the movie. Turns out he's somebody who is about his word. He's somebody who had a dream and went and got his dream. He said he wanted to be the world champion, and he beat the world champion. How do we get to become Marty Supreme? Obviously, you got to start as Marty Mauser. He is us. We're at the beginning of our lives, and we hear a calling or we have something that we really want to do. I think they're both synonymous. I think the thing that you genuinely want to do is the thing that God placed you on this earth to do. I think a lot of the times we're too scared to do those things, so we kind of push it to the back burner and we get comfortable and we stay stuck. And I think that's the whole purpose of my channel. I try to help everyone see that there is something bigger and better for you. And I'm not necessarily saying like glitz or glam. I'm just saying bigger and better in the sense that you will be more fulfilled if you go somewhere else, you know? And I know that that's a fact. The grass sometimes is green on the other side, because if you're unhappy where you are, it's either you got to change your mindset or change the location. Find the thing that you want to do. Don't, settle. But anyways, Marty Mauser, he's a man with a dream, a man with a plan. He's a New York nigga. I seen this creator talk about it on TikTok, how she related him. Obviously, he is from New York. Marty Mauser is from New York. He's in the 50s or whatever. Or I think it was the 40s. And just like every single one of us that is born and raised in New York, it's like this rat race every single day. It's about getting up every day, there's something to do. There's something we got to be doing. You constantly are always in this like hustle bustle mentality, like no matter what, no matter how far you've gotten, no matter where you are, even if you do feel successful, there's always more. Keep going. This can be toxic. I'm not going to say it's not. But at the same time, I am now on the other end of it, where I have slowed down my life. My life has become a little bit more intentional and a little bit more fulfilled than it ever was while I lived in New York. I was born and raised there. I came to New Jersey a couple years ago. And although I'm still in the city often, I don't have that like pressure within me to get up and go. You got to get it. Like, let's go get it. I don't know, like that dog is not inside of me. And this movie made me realize that I was really like bawling my eyes out during the whole movie. When I got out, my mom asked me, she's like, how did you like it? I was like, it was so good. And she was like, why are you crying? And I'm like, I don't know. It was just like, it was so moving because it really like motivated me. It really had me realizing, like, first of all, girl, I have all of these hobbies, let's say. I have all of these things, right? All of this. My energy is leaking out in all of them. Not one of these things that I do has me 100%. One might have me 40%. The other one might have me 20, whatever, etc. Not one of them have I given my full, my all, my everything to. And that is what I'm trying to do this year. I saw that he got exactly what he wanted because he let nothing get in his way. And although he was a piece of, work, and he did crazy things to get to where he wanted, that is not uncommon. Anytime you are in alignment, it could be the craziest way. Like, how did he get back from Japan on the army airplane? Or the cargo ship, whatever it was, the army thing that they came back in. He ain't in the army. How does that? He couldn't even make that up before he got there. His plan was to get over there and go play in the finals, whatever. Go play against Endo and whatever. See what was gonna happen. And what ended up happening was he couldn't go play in the championship, so he beat the guy in this fake little table tennis tournament that they were having to promote the guy's brand. And so he did the best that he could there because he knew he wasn't going to get another opportunity. And he didn't care if the guy threatened him because he was going to figure out a way to get home anyways, and he figured out a way to get home, and he was there for his child and whatever. I don't have that anymore. Not that I don't have it anymore, but it was just dormant for a little bit. I kind of got sidetracked into the business that I'm in now, my styling business, and like at my job. It has taken a lot of me, and I realized, what am I giving my all to? This is not even mine. I can't even call this mine. Although in the training, they're like, pretend that the name outside of this store is your name and treat it like it's your business. And while that is great, and that is for a lot of people that work there, and they need to hear those things, because if not, they'll treat that place like garbage. That's not for me. I didn't need necessarily to be told those kind of things, whatever. And that's not even the issue. The issue here at hand is I've given myself too much and I have not received enough back. So it's now I'm going to come collect all my energy, all of the things and the places and all of the stuff that has parts of me. I'm taking it all back. And now I'm going to be more intentional. Everything that I've done for the last, I want to say like 6 months, I've tried to be as intentional as possible. Obviously, I am intentional majority of the time. Oh yeah. I've tried to finish recording this video like 3 times. Bada boom. I tried to finish this video a little. Ooh, wow, okay. I keep trying to film this video and I don't know, it's not letting me do it. So, oh my God. I don't remember where I was, so forgive me if I repeat myself. Who am I being forced to become? I feel like I am being forced to become someone who takes care of myself. And that person makes sure that I am fulfilled and happy and the basic needs are taken care of. I have food, I have a place to live, I know what to do for work, these kind of things. But I feel like it also wanted me to become somebody that was going to be complacent. They were forcing me to sit back and take what they were giving me. And that to me is unfair. No, I'm not going to sit back and I'm not just going to smile away the pain. Someone at my job did something that I found really disrespectful. They kind of shoved me. I approached them about it and I asked them, could you please say excuse me next time? They played so sarcastic. Oh my God, did I hurt you? Are you okay? Oh, you can write it up if you want. I bet the cameras don't work though. I was like, I bet. So I told my manager. My manager had a conversation with them, came back to me and told me pretty much that if I wanted to be a manager, that this shows that I couldn't be yet. I wouldn't be ready because I wouldn't have taken matters into my own hands. And now that really, 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 really hurt me in a way, because I'm like, I could do numbers on all these people. I didn't allow myself to get bullied. I didn't allow myself to allow disrespect into my life. And I am going to stand up for myself. There were many times, and there has been so many times that people have tried to bully me, and I just stood quiet. And then I waited for somebody to come rescue me, and it never happened. And you're not going to sit here and come and tell me that I should have let you come and take care of this. That's not what life is about. This is not what my life is about. It's about me standing up for myself. Like, if I'm not going to play defensive for myself, who is? You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? I'm going to sit here and entrust that you got my biggest... No, I don't... Like, we might be cool and all, but at the same time, no. I had to stand up for me. And I felt like even after hearing that, I didn't really know what to do, because I'm like, every time I do something, anytime I go somewhere, it always seems like it's fucking wrong. Every time. I can't do anything majority of the time without somebody always having something else to say about it. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, I think what I did was right. And so that's really all that matters. But it's like, if I want to play the game, and if I want to be in this, field of work, or like get promoted or this and that, then I got to play their fucking game. And I'm not playing their game. I'm not playing anybody's game. I'm playing the game that I want to play. I'm playing my life. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time on something that, okay, I'm going to move up a little bit. I might get this paid a little bit more and this and that. For what? For what? At what cost? To lose myself? Why would I do that? I'm done losing myself over something or over people. At the end of the day, this company is not mine. And I understand that I have to play nice with certain clients. That's completely different to me. I understand if this is for example, working at my mom's store, I treated that store as if it was my own as well. I did all the things that she wanted, because at the end of the day, this is her store. But at the same time, I would treat all customers as if, they were my own customers. And this was a long time ago. I still had little tweaks and things here and there that I needed to fix within myself, as we always do, because we're always growing or whatever. But I knew how to, assimilate and adapt. And it's not that everybody needed to see the full version of me and everything that I am and all that I encompass. But I knew how to, maneuver. I didn't let people, not try to talk me down or hurt, do any of those things to me. So I do get what it was trying to teach me in that moment, let other people handle these things. But at the same time, no. So I'm choosing to defend myself. I don't care if it comes off as defensive. I don't care if my insecurities are showing, which I don't really think I have insecurities. I think that being somebody from New York, okay, this is how we are raised. Everybody is for themselves. We must do what we have to do for ourselves. That's it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stand up for myself. It is where I come from. It's what I was taught by my parents, and it's what society has pushed. Now, all of a sudden, because you want to contradict yourself and everything. Oh, well, to be a manager, you should be doing this and this and that on your own. Oh, but, don't do this and that on your own. Pick one. So anyways, this week, that made me feel small. It hurt me because it made me feel like I'm back to zero, as if all of the things that I've worked for or worked towards kind of just vanished, and made me feel like I'm not, who I think I am. And then it really made me realize, no, wait, I am who I think I am. I'm capable of helping myself. Her and I didn't get into an altercation. I didn't curse her out. And all I did was say to please say, excuse me. I feel like they want me to play small, and I'm not going to ever. I'm never going to package myself in a more digestible way. Not for anybody at my job, not for another job, not for my podcast episodes, not for the Sydney Hyatt edit, not for my family members, not for the new people that I meet. I'm just who I am. And whether it's digestible for you, if it's not, if I'm too big for you, if this bothers you, whatever, oh well. And I hope that you can take this and see where you are maybe being small. Maybe see where you're not boosting yourself up as much as You should be. The biggest thing of it all is that I feel like my entire life, I'm always being looked at with a microscope and then undervalued. So overly observed and greatly undervalued. How the hell do I have 10 eyes on me and I'm getting paid $1? What are y'all looking at me for? If y'all looking and y'all want to, then pay up. What are we talking about? Then pay up. It doesn't match. It's not matching. It's not clicking. Like, pay up. I realized I'm 100% able to adapt in any situation. I can go back to my job and put on a mask and keep it pushing. I could do that. But at the same time, are you meant to stay there? I am queen of not liking something and then moving on. I'm never going to stay anywhere that I don't want to be. I've wasted a lot of time in my life doing so, and I learned from that mistake, and now I try my hardest not to. If it doesn't make sense, your pay. If a lot of things just don't make sense at where you're at, then leave. That's the advice. In the movie, he is selling shoes. People like that, people who have a dream, people who feel like, God has given them a specific goal and task to do, there is nothing that will come in between that. But at the same time, you're so good at other things. So it kind of makes you kind of get confused. And I feel like that's the opposition side that's like tries to keep you down, like, look at that. You could even be a manager here wow, this is crazy. Actually, this is like, I'm having an actual realization. But anyways, they're trying to give him manager position at this job where he's like, no, like, I'm meant to be the greatest table tennis player of all time. And y'all are trying to keep me here and like sabotage me. And then this girl comes and she's pregnant supposedly by him. And now she's in this toxic relationship and he's trying to get out, and he already recognizes that she's trying to trap him, and he's like, no, y'all not doing this to me. And he tells her, you live on autopilot. I do not. Every decision that I make affects where I'm going in life. And that, when he said that, when he was talking to her, I never felt something so much in that way. I was just like, wow, it's absolutely true. Every decision that I make ever directly affects me. For example, let's say I want to hang out with my friends. Okay, great. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm overdoing it. Now I'm going to sleep late. So then I go to work and I'm tired and I'm not really focused at work. So I'm not making enough money. And then boom, snowball effect. And everything just goes down. Or I am well slept. I'm having a good day. The money is also coinciding. I'm selling enough and I'm making enough. And now I have all of this money and, oh my God, skyrocketing. I know for a fact I can do any job. And I came to this conclusion a while ago. I can do any job. You can put me anywhere and I will do amazing at it. Now it's whether or not do I want to do it. Is that what's going to keep me fulfilled? When you have options, then you can really choose and do what you want to do. It's that simple. I have options, so I can pick and choose what I want. And at this very moment, I don't want to be treated disrespectfully. And I'm not ever going to let anybody think that they can do that for me. I know this is becoming a lot about my job right now, but what the movie really made me see was that I had so many hobbies and I put myself in so many different places that none of it was getting 100% me. And so therefore none of it flourished as far as I wanted to. I am now going to direct my attention on the things that if somebody came up to me, if God was to come down here right now, I mean, obviously he knows the plan that he gave me, but if, that thing came and it's like, what can I give you right now that would, I want a bigger platform. I want my platform to be much bigger. I want to reach more people and help more people. How am I doing that? How am I being intentional about that? It's not giving my all to a job that's treating me disrespectfully. It's not. Then I'm burnt out. I come home. I'm tired. I don't even want to film. I don't want to do anything. And I'm exhausted. That's not fair to me. So what is? Giving this my all. Whenever whenever I can, and I'll get to my job. But this is my priority. Being more intentional about it. I am not going to let these things that seem important be important. None of it's important. None of it's more important than the things that I want to get done and the things that God has placed on my heart. I understand that there are responsibilities that we have to do. I have to pay rent. I have to eat. I have to get to work. I understand those things. But at the same time, it'll all get figured out. Why? Because I am in alignment and I am walking where I need to be. And there is a path and there's a reason for everything. Number one, we got to give our best to what's actually ours, which is our reputation, our voice. For me, it's my podcast, you know? Who is going to get my full devotion? Who's going to get my full time? And it's y'all, Colorless Oranges. Zooming out of all of it, I've realized I love change and I like the redirection that this is going in. And it's making me have that like dog within me again. It's like, bet, what we doing? Like, what's the vibe? Let's go. I am capable of hustling. I haven't missed a day of work. I am capable of doing these things. With the right motivation, I'm capable of anything. At that time, motivation was like, bet, I'm putting it on, I'm helping people, and I'm making money. This is amazing. Once that the money started to go away, now it's, oh, I'm not going to deal with this, and I don't want to deal with that, and I'm not going to do this. You know what I mean? I feel like the blindfold like has been taken off my eyes, and I can now see things clearly. We're not doing all of that. Not every room fully deserves me. I don't need to give 100% to every single thing. Like people do not need to know if I'm Jamaican, Dominican, white, nothing. I don't have to. And sometimes that gets kind of overwhelming because I don't like to feel like a liar. And, you know, you never know who your story might help and stuff like that. But I think I have enough discernment to know when to give my full all. If you're listening to this, Angie, and I apologize. To give my full attention, I guess I should say. I can't play small. And I realize, you know, smallness is not something that's natural for me. It's something that's learned. And I don't know. I don't think me being quiet or reserved was ever in the cards for me. I don't think I was placed on this earth to be those things. I know that I come here to disrupt everything. What you think about yourself or what you think about the world, I come to break it down and build it back up. And I think that it's time I do it for myself, you know? I'm breaking down these ideas that I had at my job. Oh my God, this is so much money. This is amazing, whatever. Oh, that's not even real anymore. And it's time to focus. Give myself that respect. I feel like focus is a form of self-respect. Do you respect yourself enough to give yourself the opportunity to go get what you want? If it's a master's degree, if it's a new car, if it's get a new job, whatever it is, have you respected yourself enough to go and get it? Or are you just going to let other people decide and dictate your life and tell you what you can and cannot do? You know how many people come and tell me like, oh, that they only have like this amount of time for this and that. And I'm like, why? I'll ask why. Oh, their job, this. You think I'm going to let that job dictate my life? You lost your mind? Where are you from that you even think that that's exactly my point? The character that Odessa plays, autopilot. That is an autopilot ass answer. And I am far away from those things. I leave you with some questions to ponder. Where are you being a mouse? Also too, like Marty Mauser. I feel like it sounds like mouse, and like mouse is small because I didn't say rat. It's mouse. So where are you playing small? Where are you being quiet as a mouse and you don't want to disrupt and bother? What is it? I feel like a lot of us, we do that out of habit, you know? Even the smallest things, like to tell my mom, like, I don't like the sound of that. When I was young, this lady would shush me for whatever I was doing that she didn't like. Why can't I respectfully tell somebody, I don't like this? You know, we play small. We play like a little mouse with certain things out of habit. I'm breaking that. If I don't like the sound of this, I'm going to say I don't like the sound of it. What are y'all going to do to me? What is anybody going to do to anybody? You're going to put your hands on me because I said I don't like the sound of that? Or I don't like you? Or I don't like this and I don't like that? Oh my God. Lastly, what deserves your full attention this year? What do you want next year, you, to read back on this piece of paper and say, damn, like I really actually did that? One of those things for me was going on live every single day for this year, and I'm pretty much doing it. I hit 4,000 followers. Hey, that's my 4,000 ever. I've never had 4,000 followers on any platform. I'm living the life. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm actually getting back to myself. I'm actually getting to me and letting go of the noise of the responsibilities and the things that I put in front of my actual calling and the things that actually fulfill me and that I actually get anything back from. You know, I kind of stepped away from my podcast for a little bit because I felt like it wasn't getting me anywhere. And I should be giving more attention to the things that were. And all these jobs, you know, you kind of get in like a little honeymoon situation with them where you're like, oh my God, I'm making so much money and I'm meeting so many people and this is so much fun. And then you're like 5 years later, oh my God, what have I done with my life? Absolutely nothing. I've lived paycheck to paycheck. I've gone nowhere. I've bought nothing. I've done nothing. What was the point of it? Then resentment, hatred, and all of that stuff comes to you because it's back to you. The only person you can be mad at is yourself because you put yourself through that. You got lost in the rat race, in the system. I feel like living in New York, it was a constant go, 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 but it really led nowhere. You know what I mean? It's about having that motivation that, yes, like, let's go, we're going to do it toward the one thing that you want. You know, not having this like go, go, go ambition to every single thing. I literally have this like thing in me that it's going towards everything. Like, I'm going to make the most money at my job. I'm going to make the most money on TikTok. I'm going to make the most money on YouTube. I'm going to be the best sister, the best daughter, the best friend, the best girlfriend, the best dress, the best everything. And it's like, chill out. Because then I start getting burnt out. I'm burnt out. Like on Wednesday, literally, I could not wait until these couple of days that just passed by, that are passing by, to happen because I needed rest. I was just tired. I was not happy at my job, obviously, with everything that's going on. I'm not happy there. I don't want to be there. I just wanted to be in my house. I didn't want to be bothered by anybody. I didn't want anybody to ask me for any favors. And although I've been doing a couple of favors here and there for people, I'm still able to regroup and reconvene with myself and figure out what it is and where it is that I want to go next. And just to hear myself think, you know, when it's so crazy because when I'm burnt out, that's when I'm doing the most still. I can still keep doing, I'm running on fumes and I'm still doing 1,000 things. I couldn't let go of my phone yesterday. It took me having a conversation with somebody to tell them like, yo, I really been living here for this amount of time and I have yet to watch a movie on my TV. Granted, I got my TV, I don't know if it was New Year's. No, I think it was Christmas. No, I think it was New Year's. Yeah, it's only been a week since I've had a TV actually. You know what I mean? But I have my computer. Oh, no, wait, I did watch movies on my computer. Wow, I lied. I need to go back and revisit that conversation. But yeah, I was just overstimulated so much. I couldn't stop. And then when I had that conversation, I was like, wait a minute, let's help ourselves. I put my phone on D&D, put it over there, turned on the TV, and I started watching Emily in Paris. I was able to hear myself. Because while, yes, I am watching something, my mind is still going. You know, I can be at work and be on my phone at the same time and still be like 100%. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's like ADHD that I'm like, I need to be doing a lot, because if not, like, there's nothing that will ever 100% grab my attention and I can just be there. I mean, maybe me having a conversation with you guys right now. But yeah, having that drive and then aiming it directly towards something, you know, using all your focus and energy onto one thing. Don't divide it, even though, you know, your brain might be that powerful that it can handle it. I'm so thankful for these last couple of days. You have no idea. I'm able to, you know, just live and be me again and find me. I'm like nursing myself back up again. I feel like they took so much out of me. And all for what? For a couple of dollars. And, you know, for me to pick up their business and make sure that their business is afloat. And I can't even get a promotion because I told somebody to apologize or to say, excuse me, next time. How does that make sense? I was never made to fulfill any roles or shoes that anybody got. The stuff that I want don't even exist. Where I'm going, it don't even exist yet. You know what I mean? Like, don't let nobody play you. Like, you're worth way more than that. None of these people matter. None of that matters. The only one that matters is you and what it is that you want and where you're going in life and where you feel like God is calling you to go. If you don't believe in God, this is probably not for you. There is a universe here, and there are things that happen miraculously, and you have to leave it up to somebody, and that is God, in my opinion. I believe our higher selves do send us signals too, and I think mine is telling me, all right, girl, you paid your rent, now keep looking. I don't want to be at the finish line of where I'm supposed to be at in life. I'm not trying to rush to the end. I am just trying to get some kind of reciprocity in what I'm doing. All of this time and effort that I've put onto TikTok, I feel like it's coming back to me. I built a nice community over there, even though some people are weird and some people will do things to you that you will not ever understand. Oh my God, if I was to even just sit here and say, I can't even talk about it because it infuriates me. I don't even get. Like when people do certain things, I just don't understand it because it's just not in my wheelhouse to understand it. What was her issue in just saying excuse me to me? Come to find out, it's not even the first time she was ever written up about this. And these people at my job do absolutely nothing about it. This girl has been rude to many other employees and no one does anything. Okay, she's getting written up. What does that mean? What do I want to happen to her, you might ask? Fired. I want her away from me. She's a danger to society. Had she done that to me when I was 18 years old, I wouldn't give up how old she was, nothing. It would have been up and it would have been done for her. Like we would not be having this conversation. I would have been fired from my job. You can't do certain things to certain people and I expect nothing. And I'm the kind of person that I've come to understand that I don't ever have to put my hands on people anymore. God handles everything. There's no need for me to ever even get violent. I don't want to get violent either, but I don't have to do anything. It is always out of my hands what God does to other people. I don't even have to think about it or pray on it. It just happens miraculously. But anyways, I built a nice community over there, so I feel like the time and effort that I'm wasting over there is being reciprocated. I'm getting, things back. I am looking to get sponsored at some point. I want a deal on this channel, okay? When y'all see me, thank you so much to Apple for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much to Spotify for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much to YouTube for sponsoring this video. Just know, we manifested it, all right? We started from here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. I wear every single chain, even when I'm in the house, because we started from the bottom. Now we are here, okay? If you want to join in my journey, write a list of the things that you wish, next year you're like, damn, thank you so much for doing that. I really wanted that. Where are you playing small? And where can a lot more of your energy be placed? And if you got all of this down packed and whatever, then amen to you. Leave it down in the chat how you made it so far. I really appreciate you making it this far into the episode. You are a beautiful, full, colorful orange. And I'm thankful for your view. I'm thankful for your like, and I'm thankful for your subscription. Is this subscription? I hope it is subscription. Are you sure? I'm not sure. Anyways, I'll see you and you in the back soon. Yeah. Marty Supreme is in my top 10 of all time movies I've ever watched. I will watch again if I am taken back to the theaters. I would love to go with my younger brother actually, but he too cool for me. He don't really do the movies like that. But I saw it with my mom and it was so nice. She actually watched the entire movie. She didn't even fall asleep. I was like, let's go, girl. My cutie girl. My mom was so cute. We literally, she was in such a cute little outfit. But I don't know, since the beginning of the year, like we've just been having a great time. Laughing and like everything is just cool. She don't even get on my nerves. Like she don't get on my nerves at all. That's kind of crazy. Like I would never let her get on my nerves before because I love her so much and I don't want to ever be mad at her, but sometimes I would be annoyed. And she ain't even bothering me. I think it all comes from me. I don't let other people. I choose happiness. Because happiness is a choice. Sometimes we do feel it from certain things, but most of the time we have to choose it. Choose your happiness over anything and everything. And I'm not just talking peace, I'm talking real, true bliss, happiness. And with that being said, I bid you farewell.